Hi there, welcome back to DGTV. My name's Ross, thanks for joining us on the channel. As you've seen, a lot of people travelling at the moment and a lot of people travelling for golf. We've been inundated with requests for travel gear in store in the last month or so. So if you are planning travel between now and the end of the year, you might want to get some information about travelling with golf clubs, what the requirements are, and how can you do it safely and securely. I've done a little bit of travel, so I'm going to give you some of my experiences, what I pack when I travel, how I pack it, and you might want to have a look at that. But there are a whole heap of solutions down here at your Drummond golf stores all around the country. If you are travelling with golf clubs, really important to keep your golf clubs protected as well as you can on airlines for travel. Whether you're travelling domestically or internationally, we can help you with all of your needs. Let's get into some of my travel tips with Drummond golf gear that you can buy here at Drummond Golf. Thanks very much. Okay, so I'm getting ready for some travel which is happening and I'm going overseas. And fortunately for me, I've travelled overseas for golf a number of times, so I'm fairly used to what the requirements are. And there are a couple of items that I absolutely must take when I'm travelling for golf. Firstly, it's my golf bag. I use a stand bag when I play golf all the time, so I don't really have to change my bag, but I do have to be conscious of what's going in it. I don't want to overload it with too many balls. I don't want to overload it with things that I don't need to add unnecessary weight. But I do travel with a light bag, so that's one thing that's important to consider. The other thing that's really important to consider maybe is how many clubs. Do you need to take 14 clubs? If you want to take all your clubs, do that. If you want to take half a set, do that too. But one thing, whatever amount of clubs you're taking, you're probably always taking your driver. You need to protect your driver when it's inside your travel bag. This little travel stick here is essential. They can be easily purchased. They can be adjusted to sit above your driver. You can see that there. It sits above my driver. So if my gear gets crunched on a conveyor belt or in an aircraft hold, that it's going to be protected from top to bottom. We want to stop that squeezing. So that is a really important bit of gear. Of course, when you're traveling, if you want to take your umbrella and all of that, you've got to do that and protect yourself. Put your balls in, put your tees in, put all of the stuff that you want to put inside your travel cover, get that into your bag. There's one other thing that I do, and various customers have shown me their own way and they all work, but this is what I do. So once I've got my irons in here, I bunch them all together and I grab my towel. So I'm going to use a towel, of course. I bunch them all together, I wrap them up like this, so they're nice and compact. If you want to use travel covers and put them on your irons to stop that bag chatter, absolutely no problem. Okay, so this is one of the things that I take with me. This is a little rubber band which I use for warming up and stretching. I have it in my bag all the time. If you've got one, they're great. If you're not, you might want to get one. You can do all that warm up stretching with it. I just put that underneath my irons here and I tie it round in my towel and then I just knot it off at the back here like so. And that keeps them all close together. That goes in there, and then I move from here and put it into my travel bag. Easy peasy. Now, when we talk about travel bags, obviously we've already talked about I'm taking my stand bag here, but I want to put it in a travel bag. If you want to use a travel bag and golf bag that's all in one, well, we've got those solutions too. This is the most economical way of traveling with golf clubs. This is the cylinder. I've seen those before. It has some inbuilt stiffness and protection in there, and you just whack your clubs in there. They will fit a full set of golf clubs with the driver at the top here, but then when you get to the other side, you've got to then be prepared to rifle around your bag and use your bag and your golf clubs that way. But really handy, really small, really compact if you are traveling and space is a priority, especially in cars and caravans and that sort of thing. The other thing here is this Fortress bag here, same sort of thing, built-in cover, so the cover is all included there, but you've got the dividers inside there, so you can use that like a normal golf bag. The cover stays on, stays in place, you just fold it off, and then when you're on a cart or a buggy or whatever way you're carrying your clubs when you get to your destination, you just use that. These come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. They have wheels, they have not. This one doesn't have wheels, but there are versions with wheels, so you can roll that through with ease. But what I take is a travel cover. You can see there's a number of different travel covers that I have behind me here. All the brands have different versions of travel covers. This one here that I've grabbed out today because it stands out very nicely, and a lot of people, you're certainly not going to lose this one when it comes off the conveyor belt. That's the Oggio. Oggio brand has a whole range of colourful travel covers. I'm going to pack my gear into this and show you how it all packs up. The cool thing about this Oggio bag is the way that it unfolds like so. I'm going to place my golf clubs in here. I think on this one they've got to go side on. So I've got them in there, I've got them tied off like so, and you can see that my bag fits in there nice and neat side on, and inside you have a number of other attaching straps to keep the bag in place. really simple to adjust those. You can do that like that and that like that, tighten them up, and that's going to keep your gear nice and snug like so. Really simple. And what for me is what I do then outside of that, I know the weight of this. I'm going to measure it for you so you'll have an idea of how much this weighs. Gives you a good reference for when you are packing your own bag. I put some other bits and pieces in here. A pair of golf shoes at the top, just in here. You've always got a little bit of space here. I'll put a pair of golf shoes in there. Some people like to take the head off their driver. Absolutely no problems if you take the head off your driver. The stick still will protect the shaft without the head. You can do all of that. I've never had a drama without that, but I always use that stick as an absolute mandatory. So we're going to close this up. Like so. Do those up. Of course you can tighten these straps, you can put the handle together. This bag here, the Zexio bag, has an external pocket. Most of the travel bags all have some form of external pocket. I've got this one here, enough room inside for a pair of shoes or some balls and gloves, whatever. Zip that up. So now the important part. So you can see here another benefit of the stick. It does give you some rigidity, so it keeps that bag nice and stiff. Makes it easier to wheel in and around airports if it is standing up and self-supporting. But a lot of people want to know about the weight. How much does a set of golf clubs weigh when they're inside the travel bag? Obviously the travel bag weighs, I think this one is like 3 kilos. I'm just going to get my scales, turn them on. Alright, so I've zeroed off my electronic scales there. If you haven't got a pair of electronic scales, they might be handy to get. It's obviously very sensitive. Zeroed that again. I'm going to lift it up and it should beep when I've got a measurement. Okay, 14.42 kilos, you can see that right there. So this travel cover with 14 golf clubs, a bag, some balls, no shoes, weighs 14.42 kilos. So for me, when I'm traveling, I've got 42 kilos of international luggage allowance. The good news is I still have some room for clothes and other things that I need to take for about a month on the road playing some golf. Okay, but of course, not every airline has the same amount of luggage allowance, etc. You might have your own different amounts, so you really need to work that out. But 14 kilos is about the money with a travel bag like this one, or like any of these ones. When you're traveling, I hope this has helped. Stick, clubs, protect your gear in a travel bag, and safe traveling for whatever the destination is you go to play some golf all around the country or all around the world. I hope you enjoy it. And if you need some travel gear or some advice, any one of the in-stores around the country can help you out. Do this sort of thing and enjoy your travel, enjoy your golf, play well.